for a leader whose heart was meant to be as cold and hard as the stones they were named after. The death of a subordinate should have been a mere footnote in the grand campaign for the Dark Kingdom. Yet for Kunzite, the last and most powerful of the four heavenly kings, the execution of Zoicite was not a footnote. It was the tearing out of the final page of his own story. He stood alone now, the sole active commander under Queen Beryl, his usual stoic composure a fragile mask hiding a grief so profound it threatened to shatter his very being. The mission was no longer about resurrecting Queen Metalia or conquering Earth. It had become a singular burning purpose: vengeance. The sailor Senshi, the ones responsible for this unbearable void, would pay for their actions. They would understand the depth of his loss, a pain he would inflict upon them 1,000-fold. In the desolate quiet of his chambers within the Dark Kingdom's fortress, the shadows themselves seemed to conspire against him, whispering memories of the man he had lost. Every flicker of a candle, every gust of wind through the stone corridors brought back visions of Zoicite. He could almost hear his voice, a mixture of audacious confidence and unwavering devotion, echoing in the emptiness. He remembered their clandestine meetings, moments stolen away from the prying eyes of Beryl, where Zoicite's ambition was matched only by his affection. It was in these memories that Kunzite found his resolve hardening from grief into a diamond-sharp edge of fury. This was not for the Dark Kingdom anymore. It was not for Beryl or Metalia. This was for Zoicite. He would honor the memory of the man he loved by ensuring the sailor Senshi knew the full extent of his wrath. With this newfound personal crusade fueling him, Kunzite unleashed the full, terrifying extent of his power. He was the leader of the heavenly kings for a reason, a warrior whose strength dwarfed that of his fallen comrades. He no longer delegated or schemed from the background. He became the storm itself. In a series of direct, rage-fueled assaults, he confronted the sailor Senshi head-on, his power overwhelming them with shocking ease. His attacks were not just strategic, they were visceral, each blast of dark energy a scream of his anguish. He systematically dismantled their formations, pushing them to the absolute brink of defeat, proving that the grief of a commander could be the most devastating weapon of all. The Senshi who had fought and defeated his brethren now found themselves utterly outmatched by a man driven by nothing but love and loss. His final confrontation was inevitable. Pushed to their limits, the sailor Senshi were forced to combine their powers into a single, desperate attack: the Sailor Planet attack. As the overwhelming wave of light and energy consumed him, the rage that had driven Kunzite for so long finally began to dissipate, like smoke carried away on the wind. The pain in his heart subsided, replaced by a strange and unexpected calm. In the blinding light of his own demise, his final vision was not of battle or defeat, but of a serene, ethereal landscape. There, standing among ethereal flowers, was Zoicite, his familiar, confident smile gracing his lips as he held out a hand. In that moment, Kunzite's own lips curled into a faint smile. He had lost everything, but in death he was finally at peace, his spirit freed to be reunited with the one he had fought so furiously to avenge.